his sense of humor somewhat after his team just blew a lead. Collison put on the brakes and finds Lou Amundsen at the basket, and it's a 4-point game.
Now, up until that time, in that third quarter, Indiana 6 for 18, 7 turnovers. And then on the plus side for Miami, the fact that they got to the line 13 times.
Doris Cole missed it, got the rebound back inside. Amundsen took it away. George Hill and Collison, 2 point guards playing together here for the Pacers. They've done this a few times during the season and here in the playoffs as well. Barbosa on the tape. Trapped. Cole steals it.
Now, you're really small anytime you have Hill, Collison, and Barbosa out there at the same time.
Wade flashes inside for the dunk.
I'd say you have to understand now, you still have Haslam out there and LeBron James. So you know that this group, Amundsen is their biggest guy, and then George. George is basically a 2-guard small forward. You have to take advantage of that now on the move in the paint.
George shoots over Mike Miller and knocks it down. And it's a 6-point game here in the fourth quarter. Miami trying to even this series at a 4-point game, excuse me. Miami trying to even this series at 2 games apiece. Wade and James have scored 40 of the last 42. Good defense by George on the overplay, kept it alive. Barbosa fouled by Miller. Tackled by Miller.
Now, once again, you see George at his best. We told you that he came in here averaging a shade under 3 steals again. Here he is. There's that deflection. It gets you out in the open floor. When you're playing this small, what you would love to have seen there is a pass uncontested layup. Because now what has to happen, you got to go to the foul line and make the foul shots. And Barbosa, uncharacteristically, has definitely struggled. He's only 1 for 4 on the line in this series.
Give Mike Miller a ton of credit. Mike Miller's in so much pain. It's after every trip up and down the floor between that ankle and that back that's bothering him. He is still out there and giving Miami everything he has in this series.
I give Coach Vogel a lot of credit here right now by going this small with your second unit and then playing Barbosa up front.
Acquired from Toronto, Leandro Barbosa, not afraid to take big shots. Good playoff experience. Guarding Dwayne Wade now.
Yeah, they haven't matched up on Wade.
George fronting LeBron. Pass over the top to James.
There's nothing you can do with LeBron down in there. I don't care who plays LeBron. You get him the ball down in there, you're going to come out golden.
Collison banging the bucket. Went right to the hole on Cole.
We talked about him in the first half. He's fearless. He will take it right down in there. If he can get off the floater, great. If not, the defense. Look at that. They tried to take the charge. 2 guys went for the block.
Chalmers going to come back in for Cole. A lot of people did not see this Indiana team. They had not been on this Sunday afternoon stage before game 1 of the series for 7 years. But one thing they have shown all year, their ability to be a chameleon. Sometimes they're a 3-point shooting team. Sometimes they're half court and throw it to Hibbert. Here, they're beep. They're flying to the basket.
Well, Mike, they rotate 10 guys all season long, and they've done it right throughout the playoffs. And they're not afraid to go small. What they do is they make adjustments, and now they're going to try to attack it.
Wade on Barbosa. Oh, he's hit his last 10 shots.
See, that's the negative side of what they're doing, because they've cleared out now 3 times in a row for Wade.
Amundsen, Haslam took the elbow in the face, and Amundsen's going to be called for the foul.
That's a tough situation. You have it go right down inside here. You're going to see as he comes up, he definitely has offensive foul with that right elbow. The elbow catches the defender right in the face.
And Haslam bleeding, so there'll be a 30-second stoppage here. They're trying to get the blood stopped to keep Haslam in the game. There you see a big cut. Fans were complaining about the foul call. Guy's bleeding.
Yeah, right.
So athletic trainer Jay Sable over there to get a look, see if they can stop the bleeding. Well, any game 6s in the playoffs we'll have for you on ESPN. We have Wednesday night. The playoffs keep you up late and keep you coming back for more every single night. How about the rally last night by the Thunder? the Spurs yesterday afternoon, and Mike and Jeff had that game down 22. And in Philadelphia, in the first quarter, Hubie, that series looked done. But then what a comeback by Doug Collins' team to even that at 2.
And I really like the coaches when we run the wires all the time, that the coaches who have been behind big have motivated their teams by telling them it's a long haul, just stick to what we're doing, and just remember it's defense first, pass the ball, and play as a team.
Turns into a full timeout, so we'll step out.
He is suffering from flu.
Pass. Hubie has come off the bench and saved Indiana a little bit. And Udonis Haslem, they try to get the bleeding stop by changing it to a full timeout. They cannot. So he remains on the bench. And Joel Anthony's checked in.
Well, you have to love the mindset of Miami, because they're winning the paint area with a +16, and they're winning the fast break game by 5. So everything within this transition, and then Wade or LeBron somewhere posting or cutting into the paint.
Danny Granger guarding James. Clock at 8.
Clear out.
Jumping in the lane. Amundsen there for some shot blocking.
Right.
Rebounded by Granger.
Good strategy.
Georgia pull up pop. James on the rebound. LeBron 2 assists away from a triple-double. Got 35 points. Wade has been attacking the basket in the second half. Hits the fadeaway.
He's just under control. He has such a confidence riding with him right now. He's 10 for 17, and when you think of how horrible it's got started for him in that first quarter.
1 of 8. He's hit his last 11 shots. Cutting to the basket, Barbosa.
That's how you negate all of that rotating and then taking charges in the paint. You run the weak side baseline cuts, or you screen away from the ball on the opposite side of the lane. Beautiful pass, great catch and finish.
Indiana has gone small. Roy Hibbert picked up his 4th personal foul. David West foul trouble as well. They've been able to come back a little bit after Miami extended the lead to 10. Pacers led by 11 in the first half. Clock at 3. James finding Joel Anthony. James on the putback.
Oh, boy.
Fans want the cylinder and the offensive interference not called by the officials. 5-point lead.
Now LeBron right up here now with he's got 37, and he's got 11 boards and 8 assists.
Granger goes to the basket. Pitched it out for Barbosa. James on the rebound is 12th.
See, the difference between the two teams, Indiana cannot get anything in the painted area, any type of a consistent, offensive foul.
On Chalmers.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He led with that left forearm and cleared the defender. So just keep an eye, just watch that left forearm, see how easy call. The group out there right now for Indiana, they're playing their hearts out, but they're at such a major disadvantage from the foul line down with Wade, LeBron, and then any kind of movement in the transition game.
Collison has his pass taken away by Mike Miller. 7.5 to go, the Heat by 5. James and Wade have scored 48 of the last 50. Chalmers is free. Not even close. Barbosa with James back. Goes at him. James with a block. Haslem just back in the game, got the rebound. Barbosa trying to take it away, but he fouled Haslem as he reached over the top.
Now, that was a great extension by Barbosa. And then LeBron James came, once again, runs his man down and gets this block right there. All right, off the glass. Now, when Barbosa tries to grab the ball, he's still standing out of bounds.
Udonis Haslem coming back after that cut above the eye that he received from the Amundsen elbow a moment ago. Team fouls here in the quarter, 2 on Miami, 1 on Indiana.
Big question now, when do you come back with Hibbert and West? You know, we've been waiting here, now you're inside of 7 minutes.
Granger guarding James, again a clear out, LeBron will launch. Wade tips it. Collison and James fight for it. LeBron's got it. Haslem couldn't catch it. Look at Barbosa dive for it, but he was on the sideline.
A lot of great hustle there.
Both teams, both ways. LeBron sitting for the first time in this second half here to get a break at the 6:42 mark. Get a timeout window coming up here under 6. So we'll get this time plus the break there. It's been about 21 minutes since a Miami player scored a field goal other than Wade or James. Will that burn them in the end? Barbosa. Helter-skelter. Defense is closing out. Barbosa 3. And with Battier down, as he goes down because of a foul call on the Pacers, Amundsen. And here come the bigs back for Indiana at the 6:12 mark.
Well, now you're going to put pressure on Miami. Are you going to stay small, or are you going to match up? You have to bring back your 2 guys with at least 6 minutes to go. You can't let it get underneath that, because this is your strength. This is your...
Chalmers with a wrist. Indiana's guys banged up as well. It is a legit playoff series here in the Eastern semis. Wade on the find of Haslem. Knocks it down.
Hey, this is the guy we've been waiting for. When you think about it, over the summer we know that he's had foot surgery. Everybody's questioned his lift, questioned the fact that his shooting percentage dipped down to 42% this year. But when the marbles are out there and everything is on the line, you want this guy because he can defend, rebound, and hopefully he'll get off of the snide and score.
What a tough shot by Granger as he came to the jump shot and got elevated over Battier. So Indiana kind of changes its offensive philosophy now. They'll play through Hibbert very often on this end.
Absolutely. This is your best unit out there right now.
Haslem. Back-to-back field goals for Haslem.
And I'm happy for him. He's one of my favorite players in this league, mainly because he's a total team guy, sacrifices everything for the ball club.
Inside of 5.
Nice move.
Granger again. Couldn't get it. Joel Anthony comes up with a big board.
I tell you, that was an explosion off that crossover move. He got him in there. He had space.
Wade on the move. High off the window for 2. And it's a 9-point Heat lead. Timeout Indiana.
Everything for Miami, think about it. All of the scoring is foul line down, whether it's in the paint or right outside of the lane. They have said we are attacking, and they have kept it up throughout this entire second half.
And what a turnaround it's been for Dwayne Wade. Questioned, criticized, but he has come back with a tremendous second half. Back here in Indiana, where LeBron James and Dwayne Wade have accepted the pressure and the contact and keep scoring in this second half.
Especially LeBron James. Let's face it, he has 37 points, but he has the ability to attack the rim, take the physical contact, score the basketball on the continuation, get to the line 12 times. And that has forced a lot of fouls on front court people. Now, Wade has just been terrific. We know that for the first 22 minutes, he only had 1 field goal. All of this has happened since that period of time. And you love the way that they've played together. They've just been absolutely magnificent. Wade going 10 for 11, LeBron 6 for 11. But the rebounding with LeBron, and then the assist, and then he also has 2 steals and 2 block shots.
And those look like full game numbers. Those are just second half numbers. All right, where's the Pacers offense? Can they make a push to try to keep the home court advantage in the series? Joel Anthony with a block.
Oh, look out here, 3-on-1.
Wade. Off the window, no. But kept alive by Joel Anthony with Haslem, Battier, James and Wade at the 4-minute mark, up 9.
Okay, it's a tough cover for West right now. Tough cover. He has 4 fouls, and he's got LeBron isolated.
James sizing him up, stepping from the elbow. Short.
Yeah, he helped him out. He helped him out by taking a jump shot.
Battier, no. Kept alive, and the Pacers take it away. Indiana needs to run some good offense here with 3.5 to go.
Big thing is you want to see them run a little continuity where they get some good looks.
Granger guarded by Haslem, given space and scores.
He's had a solid game here today. He's 7 for 16 from the field, but he's made 3 threes. He's had 17 points right now.
Equals his highest scoring output of the series.
Big thing for Indiana. You need stops. Stops, and you have to hold them to one shot attempt.
Trapping Wade, left Haslem free. Over West for 2. Nobody, Hubie, since the middle of the second quarter has field goals for Miami other than Udonis Haslem, who's hit 3 big ones.
Yes, he has. The mid-range game. He was always in the same sentence with some of the best mid-range shooters we've had in the game.
Hibbert missed the hook. West tried to keep it alive. Who hit it last? Miami. Timeout. Under the 3. Udonis Haslem. Out of the starting lineup, people questioning him throughout this series. He's a guy who's always been a fighter, undrafted, part of the fabric of the hard work of the Heat over the years. A couple of big hoops in the fourth.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. Reach every home.
Indiana cannot get any offense going, and Hubie talking about the pressure and stepping up to the moment. We have seen Wade and James individually do that. Now Indiana collectively has to do it to try to keep their edge in the series.
Well, Mike, they only have 31 points in the second half. They have 10 turnovers, which naturally has limited how many shot attempts. And then, naturally, they're not getting on the line. You say, why is that? Miami has done a fantastic job in cutting away the painted area and not allowing anyone to get in there either on a post-up or any kind of a pick and roll from the wing.
Pacer ball out of the timeout. Paul George hits an open 3. Good design out of the timeout. And Miami got lost defensively, so it's a half dozen with 2:30 to go in this fourth quarter.
Plenty of time here now. They're going to put a lot of pressure on you. Naturally, defensively, the big key is you must hold Miami to one shot attempt.
Wade with a Haslem screen. Comes the other way. Good drop down to Anthony. Tough catch and a foul.
Now, I like the hesitation. Dwayne Wade went down in there, had absolutely nothing. He hesitated on that dribble, and on the explosion, watch it right here. He catches Anthony underneath, moving up. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a good grasp of the ball, but that puts Anthony on the line.
And it is foul number 5 on Roy Hibbert. Joel Anthony at the line in this series, 7 of 8. And good in the playoffs, better than he was in the regular season.
They've really had a lot of help here today, meaning Miami, from their frontline guys. Might not have scored a ton of points, but Haslem's contribution while he was out there when they were playing small ball. Yes. And now Anthony, when you say, well, he's only got 3 points, but he's got 4 rebounds and 3 blocks. See, coaches, they look at that rebounding and blocking, especially when you go small out there.
That's 2 big free throws from Joel Anthony. Lead at 8, 2:10 to go. West free. He has only 6 points. Most of their starters have not scored a bunch in this second half.
Mike, the lack of second shot attempts, while Indiana has been struggling with their shooting, give Miami a ton of credit. They're holding you to one shot.
Clock at 7. You can sense in the building the fear that this one's fading away. Wade the miss. Hill the rebound. Inside of 100 seconds. Granger a quick 3. Nice. Rattles it home, and he got banged too.
Big shot, big shot. And you got plenty of time here right now. Come on, you're only down 5. Main thing is tough defense. And also now, Miami can't go to sleep and run the clock down and end up with long jump shots. Especially bad three-pointers.
Trapping James. Keeps the dribble alive. It's Haslem for a big one.
There you go.
Udonis Haslem. What a quarter he's had.
The mid-range game, he was wide open. All of the defenders went to the right side of the floor to help on LeBron, and Casey made a move to the basket.
Now they've got to go a little quicker. Final minute down 7. Miami trying to tie the series. Hibbert. 5-point game, 54 seconds left.
See, that's been there for them throughout this entire quarter. And they continue to try to get into the paint, but they could not get to the rim. But that little jump shot area is open.
Mega stop possession here for the Pacers. Miami could ice this one, perhaps. James at 6. Will it be Haslam again? Rebound, no. Rebound, Battier tipped it, couldn't put it in.
Miami push it here.
27 seconds left, gotta go. Down 5, George Hill put it on the deck. Missed it. Hibbert tried to keep it alive. James got the rebound. Now you have to foul. You have to foul with the shot clock off, and they get him at 17.2. That trip could have made it a 3-point game, but fouling here, they're not over the limit. First foul in the last 2. It's Miami inbounding the ball.
The main thing right now is match up quick. Please match up quick. Miami's trying to get Chalmers in the game here right now.
That was a huge opportunity there as Hill could have gotten it to one possession.
Well, he had a good angle, Mike. He had a good look. Instead of taking it all the way to the rim, he decided to pull up and shoot that little jumper from about 8 to 10 feet.
Miami has 3 timeouts left, choosing not to use it, get it right to James, and LeBron is fouled with 16.2 to go, and the Heat leading by 5. James and Wade carried the pressure. Now they've got to close it at the free throw line. We know LeBron missed the 2 big ones in game 2. The news is next for most of you on this ABC station. Indiana with plenty of timeouts, so make or miss, they'll take a timeout and advance it. That miss will keep it a 2-possession game as long as they secure the board. 1 of 2, it's a 6-point game with 16.2 to go. Must possession for the Pacers.
Throw in and step in bounds.
Action for Granger, just hit a 3 out of that corner. Missed that one. James secures the rebound and gets fouled with 11.1 to go. And that should just about do it. 17 rebounds to go with 38 points and 9 assists. And Hubie, when I saw you last night, you said you loved what Magic Johnson in our studio said yesterday.
Absolutely.
That LeBron needs to have one of those, and he had one of those.
And he just like the total game. That's why we said when we came on, he needed an all-NBA type of a game. Not just the points, the rebounds, and the assists, but everything else that he does, and then shoot the high percentage. Well, when we also put that Dwayne Wade in that category, Dwayne Wade got off to such a dismal start, you were feeling, hurt for him that he had to snap out of it. But then after 22 minutes, he raised his game to a whole
70 of the 101 points scored by the Heat. Dwayne Wade and LeBron James took this game over, and as you were alluding to, Hubie, late in the second quarter, and you saw that shot as they were walking back to the huddle after that timeout, those two guys knew the pressure that was on them and responded here in this second half.
Well, I like the way that LeBron James catered to Wade to get him going, moving without the ball, making pinpoint passes, setting him up, giving him the opportunity to score and get his swagger back. And then once he got going, forget it, he just took over.
George misses the 3. LeBron gets rebound number 18, and this series is tied at 2 games apiece. Quite a road comeback, and that guy, Dwayne Wade, dusting off whatever injury and pain, and Udonis Haslem coming through down the stretch as well, as those 3 had 84, the Miami 101. And now Indiana is going to be left to figure out some offense and figure out some questions of their own, as this series is now 2-2 heading back down south. 70 points. Heather's got them both.
Such an impressive display by both of them. Dwayne, 8 points in the first half, 22 in the second. What allowed you to come alive in the second half?
Oh, my teammates. Everyone believed in me so much. I was struggling a little bit, but and I've been doubted before. I'll be doubted again. So my teammates stayed with me, gave me the confidence. Coach ran a lot of plays to me to get my offensive game going. So I'm glad I was able to contribute tonight. I
know at this point in the season nobody's 100%, but if you had to put a number on where your health is, what would it be?
My health is on finishing this series.
Thanks, Dwayne. LeBron, congratulations on the win. Describe how your mentality changed as you came into this game 4.
must win for us. You know, we're playing against a tough physical team. You know, we wanted to get the split. You know, we had a terrible performance in game 3, so wanted to redeem ourselves. We played some good ball.
You had 2 days to think about that loss. Describe the type of pressure you felt coming in.
It's the playoffs. I mean, if you don't feel some type of pressure, or you don't feel anxiety or feel excitement about the postseason, then something is wrong inside you. So, you know, as a leader of this team, I just try to make plays to help our team win, and we're happy we're able to get it.
There was a stretch during this game where you and Dwayne Wade combined for 38 consecutive points for the Heat. How were you personally able to help Dwayne get on track?
Look for him. You know, the best thing for a scorer to get is a dunk or a layup. And in the first half, I was able to give him a back door right over here, and he got a dunk. And, you know, you just want to see the ball go in when you're struggling, and I was happy I was able to assist him on that.
In your mind, how does the complexion of this series change now?
Well, I mean, it's still going to be a dogfight. You know, it's a 3-game series now. And like I said, we didn't play well in game 3, but, you know, we redeemed ourselves in game 4. So we head back to South Beach and, you know, continue, you know, to play at the level that we did tonight.
Impressive performance, LeBron. Thanks. Mike?
10th career 40-plus point game for James. One shy of his career playoff rebounding high with 18 and 1 assist shy of a triple-double. Heather, great working with you again this year. Game 5 is Tuesday in Miami. Game 6 back here in Indiana on Thursday. The series is tied at 2 games apiece. Wade, Haslam, James scored most of their last 65 points. Amazing game. The news is next for most of you, except on the West Coast, whether it's world news or your local news. With Hubie Brown, Heather Cox, Mike Tirico. So long from Indiana. Thanks for watching the playoffs on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
NBA's leading scorer with a feathery three-point jumper that puts the Thunder on top with 13.7 to play.
A 24-0 run.
Have broken the collective hearts of the Lakers for the second time in 4 games in this second-round series.
And this series is tied at 2 games apiece. Quite a road comeback.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. For the Lakers to advance to the conference finals, and in order for Coop to be a prophet, they must win 3 straight. Last night, the Lakers got off to a nice start. Kobe Bryant with 16 points in the first half. The hoop and the harm gives LA a 10-point lead at the break. Things still going well for the Lakers, showing the third quarter. Kobe finds Andrew Bynum, and the big man stuffs it home. Lakers go up 72-60. They would lead by 9 heading to the fourth quarter. The Lakers built their lead to start the final 12 minutes. Jordan Hill puts LA up 91-78, 8 minutes, 2 seconds to go. But here come the Thunder. Russell Westbrook scored 9 straight points for the Thunder. The jumper cuts the lead down to 96-92 with 4 minutes, 15 seconds to play. A 16-4 run would give OKC the first lead since the first quarter. Kendrick Perkins' bucket gives them a 98-96 lead with 75 ticks left. Kobe tied it on free throws, looked to take the lead. Kobe's double gives it to Powell, and the Spaniard gives it to Kevin Durant. That would be the most costly turnover. That leads to Durantula, no fear, lines up, fires, 3-point ball, and that was pure from behind the arc. 101-98, Thunder with 18 seconds to go. Plenty of time for Kobe and company, but Kobe can't get the equalizer to go. A crushing loss for the Lakers as Oklahoma City goes up 3-1.
It is what it is. You got to go into OKC and take care of business.
The frustration set in as D-Wade got into it with his coach. So how would Dwayne Wade and the Heat respond in Game 4? Indiana set the pace early on. Danny Granger, wide open, knocks down the jumper as the Pacers started the game on a 9-0 run. And Lisa, Indy's big man Roy Hibbert doing a great job manning the paint.
If you didn't know who Roy Hibbert was, now you know, because that big dude is in the middle, causing havoc, blocking shots. He has a really nice touch in the paint, but I think his defensive presence in the middle really slowed down Miami.
There's Tyler Hansbrough, 6 points in the first quarter. The layup helps Miami to us, or helps Indiana to a 7-point lead after 1 second quarter. Miami uses a 12-4 run to take their first lead of the game. Mario Chalmers, 30-29 South Beach, but Indy goes into the half with an 8-point lead. Leandro Barbosa plays beat the clock. The layup makes it a 54-46 game at the break. D-Wade struggled in Game 3, started slow in Game 4, but Coop, he got it going there in the third quarter.
He was 0-5 up at 0 for 5 coming up to this point. Again, started attacking the basket. LeBron, who? This is my team. Dwayne Wade is showing you what it's all about.
Wade, spectacular finish with 14 points in the quarter. The runner gives the Heat a 68-63 advantage. LeBron James also with 14 points in the third. Braun takes it strong for the layup and one. Heat up 76-70 heading to the fourth quarter. Dwayne Wade still taking it to the Pacers. The Sunday drive. He goes high off the glass. Heat extend their lead to 9. 30 points for Wade. LeBron finished with 40. 101-93 the final. Miami evens the series at 2 games apiece. So did they...
Chip on his shoulder. They gave each other a high five, and well, now they're 2 happy campers.
Yeah, he's not 100% out there, but he gave it all that he had today in Indianapolis. 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. 5 points in Game 3. Started the game 1 of 8 from the field, then he hit his next 12 of 15, so he willed them to a win.
He willed them to a win, but you got to remember, this is 2006 MVP finalist, Dwayne Wade, so he understands what this time of the year is all about. And again, it took him some time to get going, but boy, when he got it going, he blew up.
Yeah, the 2 stars came out and shined. LeBron James, the other, near triple-double, 40 points, 18 rebounds, and 9 assists. Sometimes, Lisa, when things are going bad, everybody just rides his shoulder.
Well, you should. LeBron James is a phenomenal player. I don't know that we've seen another player like him. His ability to score, to rebound, to pass the ball, to block shots.
Magic Johnson.
Well, yeah, Magic Johnson was, Magic was a different type of player. I'm just saying the type of player that LeBron is to play the 4. You're right. Magic Johnson probably be the only other player who was not as explosive as LeBron, his ability to jump, but an all-around game.
And he still has to prove it when, you know, the game's on the line, when a series is on the line, when a championship. Wow, what was that look for? She just gave him the...
I just cut him.
Magic Johnson, yeah.
Oh, my eyes.
That's right. Yeah. Never another player.
But LeBron James, he did a nice job.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
We're going to take our